It's been an exciting 4 years, and it's been a successful 4 years. And I think you will also see I run you a little bit through some details, that the last year, also has been pretty successful for us as a company. As usual, at the beginning, I would like to run you through a little bit through the numbers. Ventspils nafta terminals is large, and that is reflected, in many aspects around the terminal. We cover an area of 105 hectares. That's equal to 150 soccer fields. Just to give you a little bit of a perspective, we have a capacity of 1.2 million cubic meters in various size tanks, from 5,000 to 50,000 cubic meters. We have 122 pumps which are up to the size of a small, car. We have, more than 2,000 valves which are spread all over the terminal. All of that is fully automated. That means we can run the terminal from the tip of our, from a computer, from the central control room. That's an achievement over the last 10 years. We work on 4 berths in the port, up to a draft of 16.5 meters. We receive our products via 2 means, by pipeline, and we are connected to 2 pipelines, the former crude pipeline and a gas oil pipeline, and via rail tank cars, and we have 3 unloading stations. From the products portfolio, we do a range of different grades, from gasolines and gas oils. From the people, we are just below 300 people now. We employ 299 people. Historically, there's only 1 single board member, that's myself, but I'm supported by a management team of 6. Wilnes Riksteins, which is our operations director, is in the audience, and I think also the both of us together after would be happy to answer any questions if they might arise. A little bit to the financial performance. We have been pretty successful of improving the bottom line of the company, and we have been also successful in the last year doing that. We looked a little bit over the last 9 months. The reloading revenue over the last 9 months is up by 5%. The EBITDA result is equally in the same range, a little bit more, at 6% up. And if you look at the net profits, over the last 9 months, it is up by 11%. If you look a little bit in the forecast for the year, we're pretty confident that we will exceed the result of last year. The current forecast is to have a net income result of 8.3 versus 7.9 in the last year. So in generally, we're moving in the right direction. Actually, we're moving in the same direction as we moved, previously, and hopefully this is a trend we will continue also in the next year. A little bit on the business update as to what has been going on. I think the good news is, we are continuously improving the bottom line from a financial point of view, and that is, very satisfactory, for us, from management team, but also for the employees, that are working there. We are very stable, as a business in our environment. We are managing our throughput, upwards. We had actually record numbers in March and April this year, where we hit 10-year highs with 1.4 million tons, and that's it has been last time achieved only 10 years ago. That is really, means a lot of effort has been done by everybody in the terminal, from the admin side, from the operations side, to really manage these amount of volumes in the first 4 to 5 months of the year. We have continued to invest. We have various projects going on. Since years we have been doing this, is continuing. We are currently now, as part of bigger projects, investing into new pump stations, 3 of them. One has been completed just a month ago. One is in the process of being completed, and the 3rd one will be completed in the first quarter of next year. Apart from that, we are investing in new standards, loading arms in the jetties, and we have a lot of ideas. I think we just need to coordinate them a little bit, so there will be no shortage of work for us in the years to come. And on the bottom, you see, one of the new pump stations, which are now, in service since a month and a half ago. We have undergone various audits. Obviously, we have the mandatory, requirement of having financial audits. That's normal. But apart from that, from state institutions as well as customers as well as shareholders, we have audits with focusing on safety and the quality of our services that we offer. All of them have been passed with good results, which is also a very good confirmation, that we are, also internally, as Simon also said, employing good and sound industry practices. On the vision where we're heading, I think important in our business is really, and it's not really often put in the foreground, that we maintain, a leader in with respect to safety and the quality of the services. We are handling hazardous products, so safety is a very important matter, that is on our agenda every day. And we really want to be a leader in that, in this aspect in the years to come. We'll continue focus on the financial results. I mean, we recognize that the improvement as such, and that's really the mindset we have here, will never end. I mean, there's always areas where we can improve the business, either from an internal point of view or work on, maximizing on commercial opportunities. I think with the track record that we have set, pretty confident we'll continue that trend also the next year. Obviously, it's a little bit dependent on, how the market develops, as to the oil flows, but we'll try to be reasonably independent, from a contractual point of view to be also successful, even though there are fluctuations in the market. As I said, change is inevitable. I think we recognize pretty well. We try to be ahead of the game than being forced to change because the outside parameters force us to do so. We have been not short of identifying areas that we could change over the last years. I think there's a tremendous amount of work to be done. It needs a certain creative mind and the willingness of many to improve the business as such. But this is really, what makes this company great and really provides, the stability for everybody working there. And then, as Simon also said, we are working in a port where there are similar companies, engaged in a similar business. I think it makes absolutely good sense, and very well proven in other parts of the world, that if you are in a similar business segment, that you kind of use the synergies that you have among the companies to mutually benefit from joint cooperation. I think, Ventspils has a long way to go, and I think there's tremendous, potential. But I think, this is really an area which deserves a lot of focus. It probably deserves a lot of work, and it will take a lot of effort. But I think in the long term, it will lead into this direction, and it will not only benefit the companies that are literally involved, but I think it will also, positively benefit, the Freeport or the city of Ventspils, which literally hosts all these companies in its boundaries. And of course, last but not least, I mean, we'll try to maximize our part in, making Ventspils nafta the 7th most valuable company in Latvia. I think we're on the right track. This is definitely, always with respect to the financial performance, one of our key performances. So I think to summarize, we make money. I think we handle large volumes. The trend has been going up. We invest, and all that we are doing in a safe and quality manner, which is, ultimately very, very important for us. So as I said, this has been my 4th year. I think this, any day now, is as exciting as any day in the last 4 years, altogether. I think we have achieved really a lot, and I'm proud of all the people that have worked with me on this, and I'm hoping we're going to continue this trend in the following years to come, and we'll see you and update you next year this time. Thank you very much.
Could you give an approximate forecast? What do you plan will be the throughput of VNT in this year, in 2012, as compared to the last year? Will the throughput be bigger, and by how much?
I think currently as of yesterday, we transshipped 11.3 million. So if you count, there's another 1 month to go. I think we could estimate we will somewhere arrive at about 12 million tons for this year. And then next year we will see.
Do you plan that the diesel throughput through VNT will increase?
As of next year, yes.
on what do you base that?
Well, at the end of the day, we look a little bit at the market, which is where the products are being sourced, which is the east from us. Developments in Russia and the Belarusians, and I think there's optimistic signals that come January, there's should be an optimistic upward trend from a diesel perspective coming our way.
2 weeks ago, Mr. Lukashenko said that when meeting with officials in St. Petersburg, that they might be thinking about switching the products and cargo flow to the ports of Russia instead of the Baltic ports. Would that affect VNT in any way?
I think a lot of things are being said, in the news, and I think we have to be all careful, what they actually mean. I think the marketplace itself will sort itself out. It's a competitive environment also, and I think we are well positioned, with the work that we have done in the last 4 years to make sure to act as a magnet for products coming our way.
And the final question to you: do you see the recent sort of developments in so-called transit wars? Do they affect VNT and the way you work?
This question has been asked over and over again, and as I also said, during my presentation, this is the most exciting place I've ever worked in my life, and it's probably not going to change in the next year. We do business, and we do it quite successfully in Ventspils. We work with all the parties, whether it's municipality and neighbors, and I think from my side, there's nothing really that stops us from doing what we are supposed to do, and which makes good sense. Is it a little bit tedious? Yeah, sometimes it is. Do we give up? No. Do I think we will succeed? Yes. I think common business sense will eventually prevail.
Okay, thank you very much.